Hello class and welcome to Lesson 2. Lesson 2 is really where we start to fall into our standard workflow. So you've been through Lesson 1, kind of had an introduction to the course, and Lesson 2 starts the rhythm of the course, I would call it, where you have 2 topics, 2 discussion boards, 2 assignments, a weekly reflection at the end of the week. So let me go through those topics briefly. I'll just introduce them, give you the core concepts that you want to follow, and briefly explain the assignments. You will have your first topic as business model and idea generation. Your second topic will be demand and competition. There will be a separate video for project 1, but note that this is not a due date. This is just a starting point. You will want to start on this project early because it is a little bit more time intensive than the others. So you do want to start on it now, but this is not a due date. Project 1 is due later in the course. You'll have a weekly reflection, and then bi-weekly survey is always encouraged. The feedback is always helpful for the course. So let me go into detail, beginning with business model and idea generation. This assignment will be a case-based assignment. So you'll have a case called the Case of the Online Business Part 1. And really it's just you inserting yourself into a group of friends who are talking about different business models and how to launch an online business. Their debate is whether to choose a business model first or brainstorm a product idea. Online business models are fascinating because they go outside of the traditional business model that you would think of, where you create a product or a service and sell that. There's actually a lot of different options for online business. Affiliate marketing is where you would pair with a company. You would create your own website and highlight their products on your website. And then when people click on those products, they bounce over to someone else's website. Drop shipping is another model where you would highlight products that seem like your own, although they would have someone else's brand on there. But when they click on them, they would remain on your website, and they'd go through the whole process, and the customer is going to feel like it is your product, but in reality, you've established a relationship on the back end with another company to actually ship the product to them. So the case will walk you through some of those business models and some of those details, and then you'll go ahead and have a quiz. You'll have 60 minutes to complete it. It typically won't take you that long. It's just a handful of questions around business models. So that will be your first assignment this week. You'll see the instructions are here, and then the quiz is here. Your first discussion board will be this week, and just a reminder, you will need 3 responses, 1 response to my original post, and then 2 responses to your classmates. Don't be afraid to disagree. Please do so tactfully, and get to know one another in that setting. I encourage you all to be comfortable and be yourself on the discussion boards. It makes them much more enjoyable for you and your classmates. Let's move on to demand and competition. You'll learn a key skill here in this assignment, and it is using the keyword tool planner. This is a very common tool for online business owners and digital marketers. It takes some steps to get to it. Google is trying to set it up so that you have to purchase an AdWords account in order to access the tool, but in reality you do not. It is a free tool and it is accessible to everyone. Oh, excuse me. So there are a couple very important videos to watch to set up that tool planner, the keyword planner. Once you have that set up, you'll go back into into the case and read part 2, and then you will create a sample spreadsheet. So follow this same model of the sample spreadsheet. It's just a couple columns. You'll show the number of searches on one side, and then the level of competition, low, medium, or high, on the next column. And you'll do that for a couple different products. In this, we're analyzing snowboards and chess. Please note that this has 2 parts to the submission. You will need a written essay and a spreadsheet. That is the most common mistake I see from students on this first real week of work, is that they will miss the fact that there is an essay and a spreadsheet. That's very common for this class. There are often 2 submissions on the second assignment, one to show the analysis and one to show your thought process. I will emphasize that I'm not looking for a correct answer between snowboard and chess. I am looking for the way that you reason through it and the way you defend your thought process. So that's it. Again, please make sure you you watch these 2 videos, as that will help you understand how to get to the tool planner. And then you'll have a demand and competition instruction board. This instruction page is the exact same as the last discussion board instruction page that I showed you. You'll always have that instruction page before a discussion board. So I won't go into that again, but know that it is the same. Project 1, you should start on that this week. I will post a separate video for that. Please note that there are multiple tabs on that spreadsheet. Project 1 is a large spreadsheet. It is pre-made. All you need to do is go through and fill out the information, but there are many tabs on that. A common mistake I see on that project is just to fill out the first tab, because that is what takes the most time, and then it's submitted after that. Let's touch real quick on the weekly reflection. You will need to set up a blog for a weekly reflection. This assignment recommends WordPress. It does not have to be a WordPress blog. If you have another blog set up that you would like to use, you may do so, as long as it is clearly sectioned out that it is for B250, those blog posts. If you do not have a blog, please set one up. You can use WordPress, you can use Wix, you can use Blogger, you can use really whatever platform makes the most sense for you. Just make sure that I have direct access to it, that I don't need a password to get in to use it. So WordPress has proved problematic in the past. I don't necessarily recommend it. You can use WordPress if you'd like. But the idea is that you will record your personal thoughts and reflections each week throughout the semester. To submit your weekly reflection, you will be asked to copy and paste the contents of the blog post for that week, and also the URL where that can be found. So just those 2 elements for the weekly reflection. That will do it for lesson 2. Again, there's a bi-weekly survey. Your feedback is always welcome and encouraged. If you have any questions about these 2 topics, demand and competition and business model and idea generation, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'm happy to talk through those questions with you.